It's so cute. Oh, that little cookie.
Good morning. Hi, everybody. How was your night? Good morning to you, to you, to you. Hi, Gomez. Morning, buddy. Look how pretty. Gomez has these growing in his coop. He doesn't like them, he says. Huh? He said, I don't like it. Your bed. Good job. Can you come over and get some? Come on, buddy. Yeah, you can kind of see it where he it's his wing or something. Huh? You hurt your wing. That bottom wing got caught. And I think that was the problem. So now he's all off balance. Aren't ya? Look at the flowers. Whole groves of them. Forget what they're called. They're bulbs though. And we didn't have this many last year. Now they're coming in here. They're so pretty. Yeah, but they're growing in the coops. The chickens already ate them and Gomez is confused by it. It's a red Solo cup. Not ours. Haven't even owned one of those. Pardon me. Excuse me, girls. Gal pals. Woo! I put this little brick here so Goldie can stand on it because her foot was hurting her, huh? Huh? Yeah. Why do you... I don't like that. She has wetness on the back of her coop. What? Who's making that sound in there, you broody? Who made that sound in there? Was that you, Binks? Oh, there's no babies. There's no babies for you. I'm sorry. I don't really trust you girls with the chicks, to be honest with ya. Get this walking stick out of here. We're just going out to feed the chickens. You don't gotta bring all those pennies with. Yeah, I saw them off. It's so pretty out today. Yeah. Hi, Moth. Hi, Butterfly. Butterfly. Where you going, gal?
For ladies, a man splitting firewood.
Oh, the grunts and groans.
Guess what? Dad going fire for this and now it's my secret. Mom, guess what also? There's some lumps over here. Mom! What is this? Mom, look!
Okay, hi, we're out and about today. We just stopped for water, as you saw, and I'm just gonna get some makeup on. We're hoping to go to a local farm just to pick up a few things. I have just basics like raw cheese, and I just need raw cream so I can make other things like whipped cream and butter and whatnot. But what's prompting this conversation? And I know I'm encouraged because some of you do like these little chats, so I'm gonna try and make it brief, but you know how I get. On the other channel, this is like a repetitive thing that keeps happening. And when it comes to like haters on like the channel, I don't try and spend too much effort on it, but my brain, I'm just like, I have so many questions. Oftentimes, like every time it comes from like no face, but a name. And I sometimes I block them, sometimes I just don't, and I forget about it. But for me, a lot of them are all the same like verbiage and wording. So I'm wondering if it's the same person, if it's a bot, if it's a group of people, if I know them, if I don't know them, like all these things, you know, your brain just goes everywhere because I'm a people pleaser. So I'm like, oh gosh, someone doesn't like me. What should I do about it? And I've, in my 30s, tried to be a little better with that. And as a mom, like, I don't have time for that. But anyways, it prompted me to start this conversation because it was about my fingernails. Again, on the other channel, if you're new to me, I talk about like budget things, budget ways to be prepared, like budgeting with your finances, how to be like financially prepared, as well as other ways to be prepared as a woman, mother, wife, all the things, right? So when people hear budget and they see nails, I'm assuming they're like, I don't know. When I see that, I don't care. I move on with my life because it doesn't affect me in any way. Some people feel the need to call me out, and this has been like an ongoing thing over the years. Basically the concept is I shouldn't be getting my nails done if I'm on a budget, and that's it. You know, they don't think anything else of it. So I don't know if it's like an old school way of thinking, but most of you know me over here. I get my fingernails from the discount store, and they're like 99 cents. 2 years ago I had a ton of them, and they were like $0.25 a piece or something crazy like that. So I've been living off of that and then painting them with nail polish that I've saved questionably since I was in my teens. So I just keep resuscitating it with acetone. So I don't know. For me, I'm just like, it doesn't affect me. I don't need to explain myself, but it's something that bothers me because it's like a drive-by comment. So it like prompted this huge thing in my head right now that I'm like, I don't know, like it could be something as arbitrary as making the choice to like do your press-on nails, but this like acceptance of taking something at face value. You could choose to, you know, put effort into understanding it on your own, or put effort into... Yeah. Okay, so that tripod situation wasn't working out. All of that to say, like, they talk about, you know, accepting something at face value, or questioning it, or just like leaving it alone. And, you know, everybody's different. So everyone's mind is going to gravitate towards what they want to do in that situation. But it makes me question people's minds like that, and that's why I don't know, I came on here to motivate you to, if you have something in your life, question it, because I feel like that's what led me down all these paths, not accepting something at face value. And then sometimes even those things that we're told are a complete lie, and you have to figure out with reason and honestly positivity, because I have been on the angry end of some of these questions that I've had. We talk about more of those on the other channel. I try and keep it lighthearted here, but I am I guess what one would describe as a conspiracy theorist. So those like rabbit holes that I go down, I just let them consume me anymore, but I just, I don't know. I'm done with taking things at face value, and people that do have that judgment or take things at face value, I'm just like kind of weary of, because I just feel like they're not being productive. And I'm not speaking to any of you directly, just like some of the negativity that I get. So I went on a drive and I'm trying to get all of this out of me, but all these like questions that I've had my entire life, I just like started doing more deep dives, and that's how I've come to my conclusion in so many things, as a mother, as a wife, as just like a human being. And if that makes you unique, if that puts you into a certain category, I just feel like that's okay. You shouldn't feel like this odd person out, which oftentimes I do feel like that. And it's taken me so long in my life to find like a tribe of people that actually don't make you feel strange when you bring up certain topics, you know. And I never make those kinds of conversations to be unique or to want to feel like hated on. I genuinely bring them up to ask questions and have positivity, a positive, like nuanced conversation. And being on social media, that it's very tricky, but I've pushed myself outside of this comfort zone to do this. And yeah, that's basically all I wanted to say, just because that's kind of like what's been happening lately behind the scenes. And again, I don't even know if they're real people. They could just be bot accounts, but it's just like it's just such an odd phenomenon. And I wanted to get on here and chat about it, because I know some of you like feel the same way when it comes to these questions, because at the end of the day, who really knows what is true? But I just like went on this wellness journey a long time ago, and we've slowly accumulated ideas into, accumulated and worked them into like our lifestyle, and then realized that we feel better mentally and physically. So I don't know, I guess it's my lived experience, and that's why I talk about it. Like even the water today, I like getting spring water. Sometimes I see in videos people going to this beautiful spring and like hiking there, and my spring isn't like that, but I'm grateful that it has the minerals that I need. And I mean, even then, it's just like this one tiny topic that has so many questions to it. You know, I get people telling me that that's ridiculous that I would go do that, drive a ton of miles to get spring water when I have well water. Or I get chats about city water and how it's not actually, it doesn't have chemicals in it, which you know how I feel about that. And then I get talks about, like my content, how I could have made it look better, but it's a literal shed on the side of the road. It's not mine to upkeep, it's just water out of a pipe. So I don't know. Those are just like simple little topics, but I feel like the underlying theme here is positivity, because people can talk about something and be so negative about it, and then it just brings your whole day down. But I guess I got on here to talk about being that motivation, just like powering through and trying to laugh it off, because that's really what gets us through our day. So yeah, with that being said, I have one that woke up. Obviously, we are gonna head to the farm and see what we can find, but we did get our spring water for the day, so that's important. And we got some chores done, and I got my face on, so happy I took the time to do that. Happy I took the time to jump on here and try to organize my thoughts, because I know sometimes I can be all over the place, but just know that chatting with all of you makes me feel good. So okay, we are going to move on with our day, and we're going to take you along.